Tēnā te whānau, kia ora everybody. Nau mai hara mai whakatau mai. If you're new, welcome into our space. Just relax into our space and just follow through. Our first ones, if you're just coming into the space, just a little bit of mahi for an hour, small meditation, some movement, bit of rākau work, some haimata with our rākau. So hopefully bought a rākau probably about the length of a broomstick and a shorter one for yourself. Just sort of getting into pushing a little bit more into those spaces slowly. And a feedback session this week, maybe Friday. We'll see how we go with that one. Nō reira, welcome into our Monday morning. Just start with our karakia and then we'll jump into our mahi. Tuki nui te tuki roi, te tuki ko tuki nā ki tēnei tuki ko te tuki nā runga ue te mana. Ka hinga tāne ka tākutu kei raro kei ngā manu I rungi raro tāwhiwhi te tuki nei, ka pa te tuki kei hoaki ka tapu ka noa tēnā te hau ko ta hau o tū. Ta hau o tāwhiri mā te a wārea ki runga wārea ki raro tākoto tūturu whakamoa ki a tīna, haumi e hui e, tāi ki e. Awesome, just to make it to everyone for getting up on these cold mornings and coming in. I know a little bit harder on the chilly ones to get out of that nice warm bed, but these are the little challenges that get sort of presented through, and other challenges that get presented through our journey, and just to push past a little bit more than what the body wants, really bringing the body back to following the mind. You know, instead of the body kind of dictating, like, let's do it tomorrow, let's start next week, let's stay in bed, let's, you know, all of that sort of stuff. Pushing ourselves into a little bit more uncomfortable spaces. Nō reira, beginning of the week, always a good way to start, but nice way to start our day, our week, and move into our, you know, just to start changing a few things up if we need, and just in our lives, and some of these tools are really good for that. Yeah, I was very privileged to spend a bit of time with actually an Indian classical music teacher last night. There was a small group of us, and outside of this little mahi, I sort of have a couple of drums, percussion drums from the eastern lands, and so it was really nice to just hang out with them and just kōrero with them about their music and their sound and their vibration, and comes from a classical background, so very, you know, the ability to play with their voice is like, yeah, I just couldn't believe what he could do with his voice. And also the beat of the music, and quite different from our Western paradigm where it's just a 4-beat kind of thing. And just kōrero about how they use it, and the different rajas and the different areas that different kind of music comes from, and really nice to sort of play with them and spend some time with them. Really nice vibration, and yeah, it was quite an afternoon, a couple of hours, but it was really nice to sort of just hang out with them and sort of jump into those spaces. But a lot of the main thread runs through their music too. A lot of their, you know, they're telling stories through it. A lot of it is kind of creating on the spot, and they can kind of feedback off each other, the instrument and the person who's singing, especially the percussion area, where they kind of respond to each other, and one can actually take the mood or the vibration in certain directions, and the other one can either follow or sort of draw them back. It was quite fascinating how they could move in the space. No really 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of thing, you know. There was always, they had a genre, a beat set they stayed in, but within those notes and everything they could play around, and it was really, depending how skillful the person was, they could move out and come back, or take this person on the journey. And just the voice, actually, we had a session with just his voice, and like, you know, to close your eyes and just listen to the array of notes and how they bent them and worked them. It was, yeah, it was pretty mind-blowing. So it was a nice kōrero and a nice just a time to spend with them. And like I was saying, that main thread, you know, we come back to our space, and there's just a couple of things I sort of would brought to the space just off the back of that, and te kore or kore, you know, our void, our place of potential. You know, a lot of the times we think of the blackness or darkness as, you know, especially as we grow up, portrayed as a bad place or a scary place, but actually it's the place of potential, and you see that in our creation stories, where out of the nights, you know, came the late, came the light, you know, kore the void, urautu, you know, the universal energy, and being aware about all that energy that makes this actually come together, makes this happen, holds Papa Tuanuku in her space. If you were to be, you know, if you were to eject yourself into space and look back, and, you know, Papa hangs in this blackness, this space of potentiality. It's quite mind-blowing, and then you come down to us, and like, you know, when you actually take note and look at our tinana and everything, it actually reflects the universe. What is out there is in here. Urautu, the universal area, universal energy. Io mātua kore, you know, our parentless one, our source, the one that the unseen one. You know, this is kind of what we kind of encourage to feel outside of just these five senses. Te ao, our world of light, when we come into the world of light, and how our senses kick in and we relate to our external environments and our, you know, the world of our light through our senses and other spaces, but it kicks that third dimension in. Mauri nui, our expansive energy. You know, there's kōrero about what's that, distant healing, where you can like actually send energy to heal people that are not sitting in the room. You know, our expansive energy, it kind of goes beyond space and goes beyond time, and then we can come into our ngā atua and all the, how would you put that, maybe the energy of demigods that look after certain areas. Our tai ao, our cosmos, our mauri roa, you know, our enduring energy, the one that, you know, kind of is forever present and keeps us sustained. Hono, you know, our connection, and we kōrero about that a little bit in our Ngākau Oho through our meditation, and the connection to each other. So the energy that we are producing through the short meditations, the mana of aroha, and that energy that connects us, that main thread that connects us to all things, to each other. Mauri tau, our settled energy, and this can be a one where we kind of go through certain areas, you know, through our three hearts we talk about, and sometimes the pūmanawa can get knocked out, our emotional house, and have the ability and tools there just to can bring it back into center, to settle ourselves. Here, our connection, whenua, our land, of course, Mauri ora, our well-being energy, and rua, you know, Wairua, the two waters, the two waters that run within us. You know, that's a whole other big kōrero on itself, but it just sort of made me reflect on a few things in the main thread that sort of ran through some of the stuff they were talking about, and some of the sounds they were making, and feeding back on as to, you know, that main thread that ran through everything. So it was quite interesting. So just the feedback on that space, and sometimes, you know, we just are privileged to be in these spaces, and it kind of just unfolded, and I kind of had a tap on a couple of my instruments, and it was really a nice vibe, you know. Seeing some chai, if you've ever had chai, really nice. Some spicy cinnamon herbal kind of tea, really nice just to sort of soothe and relax the tinana and relax the mind. And it was, just a lovely evening. I just wanted to reflect on that. There's some of the, you know, little things that we get up to. Just nice to feedback and, you know, allow ourselves to be in the spaces. Cool, so we'll just jump in and start opening up our tinana. Talked about those places we talked about before, the Ganga and all of those sort of places. It was quite, sometimes it's nice to be in places, you know, that take you sort of back to, you know, earlier memories, and people are familiar with those spaces. Kind of help take us back. Bye-bye. Okay. Find your position, find your space. Start to become aware of your breath. Haki roto, haki wako. Just start opening up our tinana all through our kaki. Just sort of drop the chin to the chest. Just sort of let that sort of float through there. Just start to open up our pathway through our kaki. You know, all those messages that go from our upuku into our tinana during the day. The idea is to let it flow through instead of sort of capturing it and holding it hostage within the tinana. If I remember, if you need a bit more of a stretch, bring your hands up over the upuku, just open up. Toru, rua, tahi, looking up towards rangi, just opening up through the koka, through the neck. You'll find just maintaining these movements, whether it's in Ngākau Oho or there's a 10 a.m. session or, you know, just anywhere, just to keep the body movement within itself, just to help move energy. Toru, rua, tahi, back to centre, just tilt the upoko to the left ear to the shoulder. Just bring your hand over the top if you feel a bit more of a stretch is needed, down through the side of the kaki onto the top of the shoulder. Keep the breath moving. Just starting to open up these places. Toru, rua, tahi, back to centre, whakawhiti, onto our other side. Right ear to the right shoulder. Just keep your eyes pointing here, keep the head straight. Really just focusing on opening up down the side of the kaki. Toru, rua, tahi, back to centre. Just pulling our chin over our left shoulder. Drop the eyes behind the shoulder onto the floor. You're just coming into the space and just through the stretch, feel it opening up the kaki. Just keeping these places supple all through the tinana. Toru, rua, tahi, kawhiti, back to our opposite side, chin over the right shoulder. Just dropping the eyes behind the shoulder to the floor, you'll feel it pull that stretch through a little bit more to the opposite side of the kaki. Just really loosening up through the neck. Toru, rua, tahi, back to centre. Drop our upoko, roll our chin to the left shoulder, back across the chest to our right shoulder. Just slowly opening up the neck. Don't roll it right around at this stage, just shoulder to shoulder. And up through here, 2 more times. Tahi, rua. From here, haki roto, haki wako. You're just leaning forward. Now we're starting to open up through the arms, shoulders, back. Just drop the upoko. Just feel the weight. Just sort of jaw open through the spine. As you get into these places, you can like sway the tinana a little bit. Really just sort of embody the stretch, you know, just sort of open up different places. You can start moving a little bit out of our construct. Sometimes I like just to sway the tinana. Toru, rua, tahi, back up to centre, haki roto, haki wako. Into the same stretch, just a little bit deeper. Coming down just a little bit further, really pulling down into the base of the spine. Feel it start to open up through the ribs. It's really, sometimes I like to rock and you can feel the stretch pulling just a little bit deeper to certain places. Toru, rua, tahi, back up to centre, haki roto, haki wako. chin to the left knee. I'm starting to move around the tinana now. Just really start to open up the sides. Stop as far as you can go. As long as we're creating movement, it's creating pathways, opening up places where energy can kind of sit and store itself. Keep our hips well, especially if we have a sitting job, doing a lot of sitting during the day. Toru, rua, tahi, whakawhiti, te center, haki roto, haki waho, into our right side. Dropping the chin to the knee. Just feel that stretch all coming through this more to the side of the upoko. Upoko to the tinana. Just holding these spaces, really nice to do during the day too. Usually try and do one around lunchtime or into the evening. Toru, rua, tahi. Up to center, haki roto, our elbow this time, haki waho. Elbow, bring the arm over, keep the chest open, the shoulder back. Just really embody the stretch and really feel it pulling down the whole side, under the arm, all the way down through the ribs, opening up the ribs into the hips. Like I was saying, really good for any time, but especially if we have a lot of sitting during the day or we're not really, our job requires us to be sort of, not a lot of moving around. Toru, rua, tahi, whakawhiti, back to the other side. Haki roto, haki waho, elbow to the floor, coming down to our other side. Relax the tinana, still feel your breath. So you can even close your eyes through these and just really feel that stretch going through the tinana, down through the lats. Opening up the ribs, all the way down to the side of the hips. Always a good one for me, if you can really just let that arm add weight to the stretch, you can really feel it all the way down at the hope. Toru, rua, tahi, back up into our space. Find your center, close your eyes. Remember your ringa, find your space, either up, you'll notice the difference in breath. Palms facing each other, acknowledging the energy that pulsates within ourselves, that universal energy. Urai otu, more relaxed. Just coming into the space. This is really starting to find your mojo, finding what feeds your morning or your energy at the time. By closing the eyes, start to relax the tinana, all the way up through the neck, all the way through the upoko, up through the head, over the scalp, the forehead, these little places that sort of, it's not until our awareness is there that we realize that there's tension being held. Relax down through the kānohi, to the waha, up into the jaw, relax the jaw. Relax down through the front of the kaki, relaxing the throat, the koka. Relax onto the top of the shoulders. Release, relax, with the outgoing breath. Relax across the shoulders, down through the arms, through the elbows, the forearms, all the way to the tips of the fingers. Release and relax, just drop the shoulders. Relax down through the poho, through the chest, through the shoulder blades into the center of the back. Down through the solar plex, the upper puku, relaxing down through to the bottom puku. All the intestines, all the breath the organs, just release and relax with the outgoing breath. Relaxing down into the bottom of the back, through the base of the spine. Relax through the hope, through the uri, relax through the thighs, through the turi, through your knees, down through the calves, through into the ankles, through the feet, all the way to the tips of the toes. Just release, relax your whole tinana. Just keep your breath flowing. Begin to elongate your breath. Longer, slower and deeper. Drawing breath, our breath, giving it direction. Follow it with your attention. Injecting it with intention to lift energy back into our creative spaces. Back up into our manawa. Back up into our whatu manawa. Coming more out of our pu manawa. Drawing energy back up into our creative light spaces. Long, slow, deep. Just drawing it up, follow the line of the spine if it helps. All the way up to the pu moto moto, the crown. Release your breath through the mouth. Haki roto. Haki waho. Haki roto. Haki waho. Bring your attention to your breath. Nice, long, slow and deep. Pull the breath all the way up through the tinana. Follow the center of the line through the energy centers. Hold in the pu moto moto. Release. Feeling relaxed. Anything coming up, just release with the outgoing breath. One more, haki roto. Follow from the base of the spine, from our uri. Draw up, follow it through the tinana. Be present. All the way through the pu moto moto to the top. Release your breath. One more breath, long, slow and deep. Just bring yourself to your internal spaces. Be present with the breath and follow it up through the tinana. Feel its energy rise through the body. To the crown, release your breath. By this time, drawing the breath from the uri, push the pito, the belly button, back towards the spine, engage the puku, and drive the breath. Lift energy through the breath, up through the pu manawa, through the manawa, koka, the whatu manawa, and hold at the crown. 3, 2, 1. Release your breath. No hakiroto, joy our breath. The base of the spine to the uri. Push the pito back towards the spine. Push breath through the pūmanawa. Follow the line of the spine up through the manawa. Through the koka. Follow it with intention and attention. Through the Hinengaro. Hold at the pūmotumotu or the crown. Feel its energy sitting at the crown of the upoko. Toru. Lua. Tahi. Release the breath. Ano hakiroto. Joy our breath again. Push the pito, the belly button towards the spine. Engage the puku. Draw the breath through the pūmanawa. Through the manawa. Through the koka. Up through the roro, Hinengaro. And hold and feel the energy at the crown of the pūmotu. Your awareness at the top of your upoko. 3, 2, 1. Release. Just energizing, invigorating, opening this pathway. Hakiroto. Draw the breath. Feel intention. Be present with it. Push the pito back towards the spine. Tohura, the breath through the pūmanawa. Manawa. Through the koka. All the way to the top of the upoko. Hold at the pūmotumotu. 3, 2, 1. Release your breath. Relax the body. Feel your breath pulsating through the center system. Bring your attention to the center of your chest. Begin our breath, breathing in and out of the heart. Eyes closed and feeling that intention. Bringing your intention to the heart. Allowing breath to flow in and out of the heart space. Hakiroto. Hakiwaho. Feel the breeze of your breath. Hakiroto. Draw our breath in to the center of the heart. Feel its warmth, its glow. Feel your intention reaching in. Feel your heart reaching back. Feel its warmth becoming warmer. Its connection becoming lighter. Your presence opening the heart. Hakiroto. our attention to the energy of aroha, to the mana of aroha, in gratitude, and draw in with the breath to the center of the heart. This connection that connects us to all things and to each other. Hā ki roto. Feel its stillness, its warmth, its glow. Feel its openness, feel the mana within aroha. Feel our connection within ourselves to ourselves. Feel our mana that gives rise, that sits within each of us and connects to all things. Hā ki roto. Hā ki wa. When you're ready, we want to flush the energy from the heart, the aroha, and gratitude from the heart. Flush it through your entire system. When you feel needs more intention, just sit with that space for a little bit and connect the heart to the whole being. Stay present. Follow the energy of the heart up through the neck, flushing through the upoko, through the scalp, through the Hinengaro, through the roro, down through the kānuri, through the jaws, through the taringa, down through the koka, through the neck, onto the shoulders, down the arms, through the elbows, through the forearms, through the wrists, to the tips of the fingers, flushing down through the poho, through the chest, down through the shoulder blades, through the center back, flushing down to the lower puku, through the solar plex to the lower puku, down into the lower back. Stay present and feel the heart flushing through the entire system, through the muscle, the skin, the bone, the marrow, to the internal organs, all the way down onto the hips. Flushing through the hope, through the uri, through the thighs and through the knees, through the calves, to the ankles, through the feet, all the way to the tips of the toes. In your presence and your attention, flushing all this energy from the heart through the entire being. A sense of healing, of connection, of well-being, and feeling where it's being directed to. Slowly bring your attention to the top of your upoko. Drawing breath off the higher faculties. Hā ki roto to the top of the upoko. Expand the heart, the breath, flush through the pūmanawa into papa. Flushing through your system with your higher faculties. Hā ki roto, draw breath through the top of the upoko. Expand the heart through the chest. Release your breath into papa. One more breath, hā ki roto. Release that breath through the stillness and the mana o Wairua through the pūmanawa. Release, relax into papa. Right, slowly come back to your natural rhythm of breathing, nice and slowly. Nice and slowly coming back to your rhythm. Opening the eyes, starting to move into our space where our kōtipito, starting to bring our physicality into our presence. Open upbeat for ourselves. Bring your presence. Remember embodying the movement. We were talking about this earlier. Feet just a little bit wider than the hips. Slight bend in the knees just to hoe your space. Find your space. Hā ki roto. Hā ki waho. Hā ki roto. Hā ki waho. Just remaining in the space of our connection, our heart. Hā ki waho. Acknowledge and find your center. Ko te pito. Through our movement. Tu whera mai kia rangi nui. Reach and stretch towards rangi. Tā moa kia papa tuanuku. We're creating deeper lunges to our tinana. Utia te Māori. With intention, embrace your life force. Hei oranga Wairua. Be well your spirit. Hei oranga Hinengaro. Be well the mind. Hei oranga tinana. Be well the body. Hei oranga Whānau. Be well your family, your friends. Knowledge both sides. Te tūtama tāne, our male energy, feminine energy, draw back into this balanced center. Hoki whakamuri, our atu ki ngā tūpuna, hei oranga, mo Ngāori, whakaheke, ko te pito. Always return to your center. Tukuna ta Māori, ti hei, from our tairāwhiti. Huri ki te taitonga, to the south, from our east to the south. Start to accentuate the movements. Hā kina, hā puta. Hā kina, feel the energy of papa through the breath. Hā puta, release and relax. Hā kina, hā puta. Find your center, ko te pito. Express through the movement. Tu whera mai kia rangi. Tā moa kia papa tuaru. Ko te pito, to your center. Kutia te Māori. Brace your life force. Hei oranga Wairua. Hei oranga Hinengaro. Hei oranga Tinana. Hei oranga Whānau. Ko te pito, ko te tūtama tāne, te tūtama wahine, ko te pito, return unto your center. Hoki whakamuri, ngā atu ki ngā tūpuna, Hei oranga mo ngā uri, whakaheke ko te pito. Tukuna tamauri ti hei, from our tai tonga, uri ki se tai kaua uri, ki au tākina, hāputa, hākina, hāputa, hākina, hāputa, ko te pito. Beginning to accentuate your movements, opening up the tinana. Tūwhera mai kia ora ki nui. Āmoa ki a papatuanuku. Ko te pito. Be mindful of our movement, be mindful of our kupu. Rutia te Māori. Envision engulfing your life force. Hei oranga Wairua. Be well as spirit. Hei oranga Hinengaro. Be clarity to the mind. Hei oranga Tinana. Suppleness to the Tinana. Hei oranga Whānau. Generating energy of wellness into our Whānau. Ko te tūtama tāne, our masculine energy. Ko te tūtama wahine, our feminine energy. Return unto its balanced centre, ko te pito. Hoki whakamuri, return, knowledge, ancestors. Atu ki ngā tūpuna, hei oranga, be well. Mo ngā uri, whakaheke, ko te pito. For our generations that are still to come. Tukuna tamauri, ti hei. Kuri, te tai tokoro, always our four winds, four directions. Hākina, hāputa, hākina, our last round. Hāputa, hākina, hāputa, ko te pito. Tūwhera mai kia rangi nui. Tā moa ki a papatuanuku. Ko te pito. Rutia te Māori. Hei oranga Wairua. Hei oranga Hinengaro. Hei oranga Tinana. Hei oranga Whānau. Be well our family and our friends. Te tūtama tāne. Masculine, te tūtama wahine, our feminine, return to its balanced centre. Ko te pito, feel yourself pou. Ki whakamuri, ngā atu ki ngā tūpuna. Hei oranga, mo ngā uri, whakaheke, ko te pito. For our generations that are still to arrive. Tukuna tamauri, ti hei, hākina, hāputa, hākina, hāputa. Eyes closed and just rock from side to side, from foot to foot. Just opening up the body, bringing awareness to our tinana, our holistic self. Still in the space of awareness about our space within ourselves. Feel the energy that pulses the tinana, the heartbeat, the biorhythm that moves through our bodies, just rocking side to side. Just feel your space, feel your energy that's moved, is lifted, is cleared. One deep breath, hakiroto. Hakiwa. Kapai. This morning bring our short Rākau up, Whānau. Our short Rākau. Hand at each end of your short Rākau. Kapai. And we're taking and we're turning our wrist over. So take the right hand, bring it up, twist around. Mahi pēnei, bring it back around, roll it back. The left, roll in towards the body, back out towards the side. Mahi pēnei. If you're used to it, it'll be a natural movement. If you're not, just follow the best you can. Right? So we're rolling the hand in towards the tinana, back out towards the side. Roll in towards the centre, down towards the side. These ones, the more that you put the rākau down to straighten it, the more you'll feel through the forearm. Right? You just start to where you're comfortable. If it's here, it's there. Right? And as we develop, we come down to the flat. Flatten out the rākau. Right? Mahi pēne. Do a short count. Tahi. Rua. Awesome whānau. Toru. Beautiful work. Hā. Rima. Ono. Whetū. Waru. Iwa. Te kau. Ka pai. With your rākau to the right hand. This time tapping up the side of the thigh. Remember we've been doing down through the calf area. This time we're moving to the top of the leg, just onto the side. Just tapping up the side of the thigh. Just tap lightly. We just want to get our aim first, not too heavy. Just start to wake up through that side. We have bands that run down through the side and high mata. Tap and wake up these sides through the waiwai. We'll do our 5 from the top of the knee up to the hope, back down to the top of the knee. Right, tahi, rua, toru, wha, rima. Stepping this. Right, whakawhiti onto the other side, the other thigh, from the top of the knee. Remember, just nice and light to begin with. We want to get that target. Right, just be careful of the knee. Just nice and light. We're just going from the top of the knee up to the hope. The motion through the wrist that we've been working with, making that all supple. With our 5 count, tahi, rua, toru, wha, rima, ka pai. Te our third one on our waiwai, mahi anō, this one, bring our palms facing up, rolling them back in. Just to finish off the section with the short rākau, just do our count off. Just go to comfortable where you are, and then we just start working on these. Tahi, rua, toru, really good through the forearms, the elbows, wha, wrists, rima, through the fingers, through the hands, ono, whetū, warm up the shoulders, waru, iwa, te kau. Awesome, beautiful, beautiful. Bring our short rākau, drop it onto the floor, bring our long rākau up. Remember, palms facing down. Mahi pēnei, pushing the hands forward. Just feel like opening up the back. Moving through the arms, through the shoulders. Just po your stance. Focus on the hands pushing forward. Tahi, rua, toru, wha, rima, ono, whetū, waru, iwa, te kau, ka pai. Bring it back to centre, up over the upoko, down to the lower back. As far as you can go, opening and warming through the shoulders, through the chest, tahi, rua, toru, wha, rima, ono, whetū, is keeping our body open. Iwa, one more, te kau. Nice and chilly morning, so we can keep the momentum up. Bring our rākau to poho, mahi pēnei, pivot off the back foot. Push our ringa out towards the sides. Now we're starting to move through the whole body, creating twists through the tinana. Tahi, rua, awesome. Toru, wha, focus on your breath. Rima, find your rhythm, your natural flow. Fitu, waru, iwa, te kau, kapai, back to center. Mahi pēnei, this time the elbows pushing forward. Activating the tinana, getting our blood moving, getting our temperature. Opening up the body. Ready for our day, keeping our joints and muscles supple. This is part of well-being, keeping our movement. Focusing on the elbows pushing forward. Tahi, rua, toru, wha, rima, ono, whitu, waru, iwa, te kau, pai. Bring our elbow, Ngākau back, palms up. This one we're going to skip stage 1 today, just our timing. Pivot off the back foot, drive the Rākau out and high. Mahi pēnei, pivoting through the entire body, opening it up, warming through the pathways, energy to move. This should be moving all through the hope, the lower back, through the ankles, the feet. Your breathing, tahi, rua, toru, wha, rima, ono, whitu, waru, iwa, te kau. Right, bring our Rākau back. Turn our hands back over. Roll the wrists back, place on the poho, the chest. Breath out, push the Rākau out. Exhale, roll, draw the breath back in. Roll the wrists in, push out. Exhale, inhale. Haki waho, haki roto. Roto, ki waho. Roto, ki waho. Feel the breath. Pressurizing through the tinana. Flushing the body with oxygen. Exhale, 3 more. Ki roto, waho. Ki roto, ki waho. Pull back in. Right, bring our Rākau down. Whakatā. Take a step back, bring our hands down, and just drop our upoko towards the Rākau. Just as far as where you can feel the stretch, all through the arms, through the shoulders, through the back, down the back of the legs. This time push the tinana out towards the left. So bend the torso, pushing the ribs out towards the left. Hope you can see it on there. Kind of bending the body, pushing the tinana, bending it left. You'll feel that stretch through the back of the leg also, down through the ribs into the hope, through the back of that arm. Tai, rua, toru, wha, rima, pai. Relax back to the center, breathe in. Haki waho. Bend and push the side of the torso, the opposite side out to the matau, to the right. Feel the stretch through the back of the arm, through the ribs, down into the hope, down the back of the leg. Really good to keep the body activated. Very, very good to keep the body activated in certain ways. Tahi, rua, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right back to center, hā ki roto, hā ki waho. Come back up into our whakata. It's really good to keep us activated, whānau, keep our body moving, as well as our internal awareness. Left palm facing down, right palm facing up on your rākau. Close your eyes. Even here, even to this place, you can start just sort of finding your space, you know. You can sort of just pivot on your heels, just sort of rock on your heels. Close your eyes, feel your energy moving. Feel maybe clarity has come, anything through the tinana. Really exhale with the breath. Just come into our position. Eyes closed and relax the body. Ki te tānui, ki te tahoro, ki te paupau tāpiri tū, kapu whauri, kapu whātika pākea ki te ranga toropa, ki te whenua ihua, mata ihua, aro e putita ki te reo, ki te whatu taiora. Reo ki te iho mā tūtū, te tauri ki taura te pauhere ngā tūti te māru ki te kāpenga hei ako mairangi nau e iho e mā tū te korapika te uene ki arangi te muri ki toki tōna whai, ki te Māori ko te maiora ki te uere ko te puākitanga. Rea tōna puta waitanga ki te kutume mai tāta ki te wherana koe ki te rangi hoi te kia ki tā hori hia ka tāpeni ngā ere ina hoi hine mo te toa tiu pai ko wākiri ma te taua ki te pito wherera ka kutu ina te amano wākari ngā pai tautau hei o horangi te tiperero mai a te tika ni kutau ina mai te pōkungi kore te tipāru nā o tāhi. Te pōkore tāmarangi patara te awa te te whairangi. Te ki ngā hore nau e take katoa i ka tui te here. He tangata, he tangata, he tangata. So come back into our whakata. Beautiful again, mihi ana ki a koutou katoa mo te tūtoki I tēnei kaupapa. Just a mihi to everyone for coming in this morning. I know it can get a little bit difficult in winter, especially when it gets a little bit colder out there. Get a little bit challenging, but just really rewarding for us, really rewarding for not only ourselves but people around us, our whānau, our well-being, really to just keep movement through the body, just keep awareness about our internal environments, how we are moving in our environments, you know, uplifting ourselves, and the energy we carry here just spreads out through our day, through our whānaus, through our friends, through our, you actually impact through energy. And once we start to understand, you start to kind of really start to take note about how we are being, how we are creating, how we are kind of living in this very short journey, and what we can contribute to our brothers and sisters, what we contribute to our family, what we can contribute to the generations that are to come. Very sort of widen the scope on like how energy is moving through our whakapapas and everything like this. Nō reira, again, I know Monday can be a bit challenging, especially after the long weekend, especially if it's been a big weekend. Nō reira, have an awesome day. Mauri ora, we will see you all on Wednesday. Journey well.